Welcome to Kansas Motor Speedway. My allergies and pollen has they're like, you know what? Screw this guy tonight. I don't like him anymore. But I'll put the qualifying results here. I'll make it through this race. First, Diego Rodriguez. Second, Riley Frost. Third, Andrew Teff. Fourth, John Ross. Fifth, Brandon Honeycutt. Sixth, Ed Jurgen. Seventh, Alex Teff. Eighth, Truth Hope. Ninth, Gary Bowman. 10th, Troy Thomas. 11th, Leroy Koblenz. 12th, Curtis Ecker. 13th, Jesse Fox. 14th, Nathan Brzezowski. 15th, Matt Metler. 16th, Aaron Marcus. 17th, Alan Bergen. 18th, Kyle Hess. Gatsby, what do you want from me? Go away. And 19th is Paul Shaw. Very end of the board. Gatsby, go away from me. Let me get my trading paints pulled up here. You hear me sniffling? That's because pollen. I'm not allergic to, the only thing I'm allergic to is Omnicep, but walked out earlier. I just went to my sister's graduation. There was so much pollen over there that my nose is just like, hey, let's just die at this moment. Quit. Will you shut up and leave me alone? Ugh. Nice. iRacing. Good job. Let me switch my browser over here. Evidently, it just wanted to go away. Shut up. Waiting for everybody to grid. Not sure who we're waiting for. We're waiting on somebody. It is... Who is it that we're waiting on? Aaron Marcus, that's who we're waiting on. There they go. As they'll now get a paint refresh for sure. I know Metler's supposed to have a TWR. There it is. Team Watson Racing setup paint scheme. I used to race for them. I don't anymore. Not because I already had a falling out or anything. I just didn't want to do fixed or open setups anymore. I didn't feel like I deserved it. But 105 laps here. 65% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 1 fast repair in their pockets. So got to keep that in mind. And I keep an eye on Truth here. Truth seems to be the person that can always make his way up front no matter what, it seems. So keep an eye on him on the ticker. As the pace truck will pull in here. Starter will have the flag in his hand. As the green flag is in the air, we are underway here. Oh, the 96 of Frost. Oh, my lord. Hard into the inside wall. No caution yet. Oh, my lord. That car is destroyed, and he's still rolling somehow. You're not clear, you're not clear, and that was a bad move there. That's not on Troy. We got stuff going on everywhere. I don't know if that was on purpose from Nathan or if he's just getting hit so much that he can't do anything, but that looked a little weird there. We'll go back and look. Maybe we get a chance. Frost has jumped to the pits, not surprised. Rodriguez is having to defend his position against Ross. I think Ross might be able to get it on that outside line. He's going to try to roll it. And he will. Down the backstretch. Side draft here before they get into turn 3 and 4. Ross not up against the wall, kind of in that middle line. He'll they'll get that position. Tef just ran the fastest lap at 31.81 of the race. E. Bowman's going to go up to that high line. Rodriguez tight, plowing off the corner. That's going to make him lose at least one spot. Jurgen wanted to go to the inside, but he couldn't. Had a car down there. Got almost 3 wide coming off of 4. Here, I feel a sneeze. There it is. Knew it was going to eventually happen. Finally came out. I felt a lot better. I'm going to go back and look at Ross, though. This is early on in the race. And I think he just gets loose coming off of 2. And this is hard hit here. This is a... Oh, my Lord, that is a hard hit. You see that? That just launches that car up in the air. And continue to keep just rolling. That thing is destroyed. Then we'll go to, it's not Mettler, it is 3 of Troy. I don't think he was the cause of this, but it started around Troy here. So, Troy's got no obligation to let this 07 up, and Brzezowski just comes up the track, and that's not on Troy. Truth gets a little bit of it. He actually straightens it out. That is not on Troy. I can look at. That looks like netcode. That looks like netcode right there. I don't... I don't know about that. That looks like a netcode incident, but we'll leave it at that. Ross has gotten out to almost a second lead now. So we'll see how long this lasts for him. We're 9 laps into it, they have fallen off 3/10 right now at the moment. Power fall off everybody. Nathan Brzezowski sticking in this high line. Gonna get all the way, and he's actually gonna get in the wall. Might as well just use that wall to turn. He's gonna be really loose coming off. It's gonna give Honeycutt a run to the inside here, see if he does something with it. He will not be able to. Honeycutt's gonna try again. Not gonna be clear. He'll fight side by side down the front stretch. Just trying to get this position from him. Gotten a little spaced out now. Falling off about 3/10 to 4/10. John Ross out front, though, he will be kind of setting sail away from these guys. See, Alex Tef is trying to run Kozlowski high here a little bit. They're going to make contact coming off the corner. He's going to wall him a tad. I don't think that was intentional by Tef. Have to see how these two drivers react to it, though. Tef will actually slide up right in front of him. Fastest times right now are being ran by Ross and Bowman. And these guys are the ones that are up at the fence, too. See, I think Bowman's at the fence. Yeah, Bowman is. Ross is also. Jurgen's running a little bit higher, a little bit closer to it, trying to get some fresh air on the front end of the car. On board here, we'll do 5 laps, and each lap will be a random driver. We'll start with Ross, then we'll kind of click through the field on this. You can see these guys have actually gotten past Bowman and Jurgen, who are both running that top line. But I think they might need to move down to the bottom. They're just going where people aren't. But Ross has a 3-second lead over them, so it's going to be hard for that lead to be chopped down. It's going to take them a long, long time to do that. They were able to chop down about 2/10 that lap, so gotta keep that in mind. Might be chopping down more here soon. Excuse me. Biggest mover of this race is Bowman and Marcus. They're both up 5 positions. You see, he's been using that right front though for sure. Abusing and using and abusing it. But Ross kind of maintained his lead, 2.8 seconds. They chopped off about 2/10. He loses and he gains, loses and gains. So he's just kind of probably managing it more than anything else. You got Jurgen. He's falling back pretty badly now. Just looking at it. Losing his positions pretty quickly. He's been staying committed to that high line. I just don't think it's working for him. He puts himself on the wall again. Ross is kind of just maintaining it. Honeycutt and Rodriguez will be drafting off each other. Under one line, so we've got Honeycutt's taking the high line. Rodriguez sticking to that low line. Honeycutt will lose on entry, but he'll gain a lot on exit. You can see he gains it all back there. Just staying in that high line. Troy's back out on the track after he had that incident early on. Again, that was not his fault either. I'm not putting that on him. He had no obligation to let Rosowski up there at all. See, Ross's lead cut in the 2/10 there again, so they're down to 2.6. Over Honeycutt. And Honeycutt did run 2/10 faster that lap, so that makes sense. He was the fastest on the track, so he's going high, pulling it down, getting a run off the high line before he exits. Pulling it, see what he does this time. Maybe I can analyze it. Yeah, he's definitely pulling it off the wall. You can see he pulls it off and gets a big, big run. Cut off another 10th there. That's a 35.7 to, or 32.7 to a 32.5. He's gaining time for sure. So he just tags the wall there a little bit. The 30 laps into 105 at the moment. As it's the 8, that is Ecker and Koblenz going at it. This is for 7th place at the moment. Getting in the wall a little bit too high. We're going to see a lot of guys up in that wall. They're just trying to run that high line as best as they can. And you're pushing it. You keep pushing it. You just keep pushing it until you get a little bit too high. So I will be back here really shortly. Sorry, y'all. We're fostering a puppy. I'm the one that has to watch it right now. And I'm doing that and a broadcast at the same time. But apparently we have some pit stops that are starting right now. Ross will be the first one to start that cycle at lap 36. As Honeycutt will come in also. He's getting all he can. Looks like Bowman will follow him. Rodriguez up into the wall. They've fallen off about a second and 3/10 before they came down pit road. So they definitely had a lot of fall off. So you will see a lot of difference in these tires for the people that have them and the people that do not have them. Tef, Ecker, Alex and Andrew. I was gonna say I knew both the Tefs were in here. As Rodriguez will come to his pit stall, get 4 tires and fuel. He will be off and away. That started with Ross. Ross did get out in front of Honeycutt. Pretty good amount, too. So it looks like this may be Ross's race to lose here, it looks like, possibly, between all these people on track at the moment. .40 laps to go of 105. That was... Who was that going down pit road? That was Truth Hoke going down pit road. So we still have 6 drivers that still need to pit. before the end. Or they need to pit one more time at least. That will be Alex Teth that'll come down pit road. As Teft, Shaw, Marcus all come down. And Ecker may have gotten the wall there a little bit. It looks like he did just to tag because he's really slow on the track. He might just be trying to stay low as Ross will get his lap back the hard way as Ecker will come down to pit road. Could have maybe waited a little bit longer to go down on the apron, but gets down there in time nevertheless. That's the last three as it will cycle back to Ross now. Yeah. Sorry, my sinuses are just dying over here. As Hess just ran the fastest lap, 31:43 for his time. Make sure my game sound is not picking up. Oh, it does not. Good. Wanted to make sure on that. Not too many battles going on. We might have one here soon, though. I've got a sneeze coming on, but... there it is. Brzezowski. No, it's not Brzezowski. No, it's him. He's way ahead of these guys back here, but he is on older tires. So they'll probably catch him relatively quickly. We'll just have to see possibly for him. Got another sneeze coming on, but it won't sneeze. Honeycutt, however, he's picked up some time just here and there. he's just slowly cutting into this lead at the moment. He's done a good job for it too. Cuts off another 10th there. So he's gaining some time for sure. Hope just ran the fastest lap of the race, 31:39 for him. He's definitely setting the pace at the moment. There's another 10th cut off by Honeycutt. He's gaining time. He's gaining time for sure. Would not put it out of the picture that he catches Ross here before the end of this race. They got one more pit stop at least, too. Got to keep that in mind. Leroy Kovlin's not now pit road. He just disconnected. I think he's gotten way out of the way. No, he's disappeared now. Another 10th. They're both running the bottom now. I wonder if Honeycutt if he moved to the top if he gained some time. I'm not completely sure if he would. I think he might gain some. I just don't know how much. They about even that lap. They didn't gain any time. They're all pretty spaced out. Mettler and Marcus might start going at it here soon, but wouldn't be too worried about them. Honeycutt lost a little bit of time that lap. Just a little bit. Not a lot, though. Teft and Ecker may start racing each other here for this position. Let's see who it is. They're equal. They're equal on tires, so it's a possibility. Honeycutt, I think he slipped a couple laps where he's lost a lot of time now. Maybe Ecker and Hess that actually start racing each other. I don't know if Teft and Katz Brozowski. And I'm so sorry. My sinuses are absolutely dying. It's just gotten annoying. But Honeycutt's, he's not gaining anymore like he was before. They've evened out on time. 31.9s, 31.9s. That's the fastest times that are on the track, too. Ross is... Oh, Ross is in the wall. Hold on. Ross is in the wall. He's going to go down pit road, too. What? Okay. Oh, my. I don't know. I don't know why I'm not going to blame that on Bergen, though. Ross is coming down at the same time. And Ross just left. Did that break his toe link? That couldn't have broke his toe link. There's no way it did. No, that's not broken there. Not broken there. Not broken there. Okay. I don't know what just happened. I don't even know what to say there. All right. This takes out a big player. And John Ross. I don't know what happened there at all. I have no idea what happened. That is odd. I do not know. That is just odd. I don't know what happened there. That definitely changes everything. But we're more than halfway through the race at the moment. Yeah, it's good. My nose is. Ugh. Okay. We're going to go on board here again. 5 laps, 1 lap each driver. We'll start with Honeycutt, and then we'll go random through the field whenever he gets back to the start-finish line. Don't know when that will be, though. As he's actually coming through 3 and 4 here, so we will do that here very, very shortly. We'll start that now. Kind of stay on board here with these guys because they are going at it. We'll go actually to Jurgen next lap. These two are just still racing each other side by side. This is all the way back in. This is for 8th place, I believe, and Jurgen's going to lose it to Hess. Hess will be able to take it. Hess will be able to kind of stretch his legs. Honeycutt probably pit at lap probably 75-ish, possibly back there for it. That's what I'm thinking lap-wise. That's pretty much the same exact issue we're having here. Everybody's so spaced out. Jurgen and Hess, though, they're not going to let each other go. They are not going to let each other go. Hess will stretch it out here a little bit from Jurgen. Marcus and Mettler looks like these two might get a little bit racy here. Mettler gets a little bit tight coming off the corner. He's going to be able to get a big run on Marcus, though. Just shoot down to the inside. He will get that position. Marcus is right up against that wall. Almost in it. He is very, very close to it, though. Now we're going to have to look at Honeycutts. They've fallen off about a second or second 3/10. So they're definitely feeling these tires here now. As Rodriguez will now go in. Let's see if this starts the cycle for everybody else, pit-wise. I think it will. Let's see, who's the next person that comes down pit road? Rodriguez still in pit road. As that will be Bowman comes down pit road now. So we'll see how long does Honeycutt stay out. He has a pretty big lead though, so you got to keep that in mind. He can afford that. Bowman and Brzezowski. When does Honeycutt come down pit road? With 35 laps left now, he's going to have to pit at least once. Jurgen comes down. Ecker and Teft are kind of close to each other here. Honeycutt might have to come a little bit sooner than everybody else because he pitted at lap 36 last time. Andrew Teft, Alex Teft, and Curtis Ecker can go a little bit longer. Just a little bit. Not too much longer, but they can go a little bit longer. Fox is up against, or it's Ecker right against the wall. You can run the wall at these tracks, but iRacing, the whole issue with running the wall in iRacing is once the wall grabs you, it doesn't let go, and it's just so hard to deal with. It's really, really difficult. The Shaw and Marcus will come down now. As, oh, Honeycutt blows his pit entry. Oh, my lord. That is the second issue we've seen from the leader. How much will this hurt him is the question. Got all he can. He's really, really late turning. I would have almost just won another lap. Well, that is going to hurt him heavily. That's the second time we have saw an issue from the leader. How much will that hurt him is the question, though. That may hurt him a lot. That may not hurt him at all. He definitely lost all that gap that he had. So where does Honeycutt cycle out now? He cycles out behind Rodriguez and Bowman, so that might have just dug his grave there. We'll have to see if he can catch these guys. That may have just ended it for him, though. You're going to see Metler, Ecker, Teft run it all as long as they can. And pits. They're going to try to just take 4 tires, just enough fuel to the end for them. They're not going to take any more fuel than what they need. I don't know. I'm more worried about Honeycutt. He really messed up that corner, like, heavily. It's just a botched pit entry, as we have 29 left in the race, so let's see how this goes for him. See, everyone's a lap down. They're not really all a lap down. They pitted. Taft, Ecker, and Metler have not pit, so they'll all cycle out differently. So Taft will finally come down pit road. Ecker will stay out at least one more lap. So Honeycutt is 11 seconds behind Bowman, who came down lap 68. Honeycutt came down lap 72. Excuse me there. That'll put some of these guys back on the lead lap. Some of them. Honeycutt still a lap down. Metler still needs to pit. All eyes will be on Bowman here. How does Bowman handle this? Tire difference, though. Honeycutt's running 5/10 faster than Bowman and Rodriguez. He pitted 5 laps after them, so he does have a lot of tire to use. Still staying out. He's not going to be able to make it, neither him or Metler. So Bowman just has to hold on to this. Pretty big. Hold on. Rodriguez. No, that was right. Okay, I thought I was looking at something wrong there. Honeycutt's gained 9, or he's gained 2 seconds. He's going to have to gain a lot more time than that, though. And I mean a lot more time. Now that he's gained will not cut it. As Metler will come down pit road now, so he's going to have to... He'll cycle out, lap down, but he will have fresh tires. He's going to lose a lot of time, though, but he'll gain it all back, or attempt to. Ecker will finally come down pit road, so all eyes are going to be on Bowman. Can Bowman hold this lead that he has on these old tires? How will this go? Bowman's got 3 seconds on Rodriguez, but Honeycutt, I'll pull up the time so y'all can see the times that are happening. Honeycutt's 2/10 faster, but he's 7 seconds behind. He's got 22 laps to make up all that time. See where he's running right now. He's running that high line. He's going to have to be ripping it, too. He's going to have to be getting all he can. Get all you can at the moment. The Ecker, how much he can gain time-wise, because he is on lap 82 tires. He is the freshest on the track for tires, so got to keep that in mind. Where will Honeycutt find this time? He gained a lot of time that lap, a lot. Gonna keep on Eckerd because Eckerd will be chopping his way through the field just because of the tires that he has. Honeycutt's gonna gain some more time there again. But Bowman's still holding that, but Honeycutt slipped up that lap. He may have gotten in the wall. But just looking at time-wise, so you can see Eckerd 31.67 to 32s. That is what fresh tires does for you at this track. Gonna look at Honeycutt here, 7 seconds behind. And I think it's just too much time to make up. Hold on, we got a crash here. Bergen crashed, but he jumped to pits. Oh, he's in a miss shift. No, he just stops. Okay, it's odd to see there. Pulled off and left. Oh my lord, we got a caution. As Troy Thomas apparently is wrecked. Oh, I think somebody may have gotten a little bit of payback here. This may be some payback. Hold on. I think this is some payback from earlier. Yeah, I think that's payback. Because he could turn that wheel a lot more than what he could have. Yeah, he fenced him. I think he fenced him there. Yeah, I mean, the 07 gets loose, but Troy. Yeah, I think he fenced that 07. I think. As Fox is going to stay out. Okay. This resets everything. Literally everything on the field. On the track, excuse me, not the field. But Teft will roll off first. Rodriguez third. Bowman second. Got 4 tires. 2 tires from Teft, possibly. 16 laps to go. I don't know why Fox has not came down pit road. It's a little bit questionable. That's going to be interesting here. Resets everything. We're going to see super aggression on this restart happen. I'll go on mute here before these guys take the green flag. Lights should go off on the pace truck, and they have, so they will choose already. Fox is going to stay out. I don't know how this is going to work for Fox. We'll find out, though. I don't think this is going to turn out so well for Fox. Teft, maybe, because he has 2 tires. But I do not think it will turn out good for the rest I don't think it will turn out good for Fox at all here. Pace truck will pull in this time by. See how Fox takes off here with 15 laps left. As green flag does go back in the air, Fox is off and away. Let's see how it goes. Fox got a good launch. I just don't think it's going to hold on for him. As it will down the backstretch at least for now. He's holding on. I'm surprised. However, here comes Honeycutt with a big run. He's going to give the 20 a shot. He's going to get plowing tight a little bit. Teft trying to hold on here with these two tires and to get up side draft for Rodriguez. I'm going to hope that that 69 will pull him there with them. Almost a little bit of contact between the two. Just trying to side draft as much as they can. High line will come in to be a big factor here. Still side drafting down the back stretches. Fox did lose the lead. I did not see what happened there from Fox. I looked away for a second. Oh, they're going to wall each other. Ecker into Fox. Oh, that's not Ecker. Sorry, that's Bowman into Fox. And that's destroyed Bowman's front end. And Fox has a bent toe link. That car is junk. Count those two out. Now it's going to be Teft. Can he go chase down Rodriguez with these two tires? Gets in the wall a little bit there. As we got a wreck down the backstretch. Never mind. Throw that. Where's the wreck at? I know somebody spun. It says Ecker. And there he is. Loose off of 4. Hoke, innocent bystander. Nowhere to go. Right in the path of Jurgen. And that just causes calamity from that point on. That'll bring us to, I believe we'll get the green flag with 8 to go possibly here. Who comes down pit road? Jurgen will. Truth will. Not surprised that those guys will. Bowman will come down pit road. He needed to because he had a bent right front. Auto dub. That is... YouTube has rolled out a new feature called Auto Dub. And it tries to turn these videos that are in a different language into your native language, but evidently it is not working at all. It has botched itself. Rodriguez is not low on fuel. He's on the bottom of the track though. I'm confused why. North Korea holds first Pyongyang International Marathon in 6 years. I wonder who was paid to lose, or was forced to lose. Don't believe any of that. No, we're gonna say something here. Have you ever like wondered like what life really is like inside of like North Korea and like these super communist countries? I mean, we hear all this stuff of, how it is, but how is it really? Is it really what people say it's like? I don't know. Like, Russia now is not the Russia back in, 1960, 40s, 50s, like then. I mean, they have some form of capitalism. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I don't know. We'll find out. The lights are off of the pace truck here, so they will go green next time by. It's going to be Rodriguez and Teft. Teft is on 2 tires. Yeah, see how it goes for these two. How will it go here on old tires as Rodriguez will fire off here? He gets a pretty good jump. That's not a good camera angle. Gets a pretty good jump on the whole entire field. It will be 7 to go when they come back to the line here. Can Honeycutt wash away that last pit stop here? He's got to find a way around Teft to even have a shot at that, and Teft is going to be aero blocking as hard as he can. But Teft may have something to say here. He's going to get a run on Rodriguez. 2 tires isn't a bad option. As you see, Jurgen has popped his fast repair. But Honeycutt's going to have an issue. Everybody's going to be in that high line. So Teft is going to run a little bit lower to try to get out of the wake of those cars in front of him. As we got a caution for Metler and Hoke on the backstretch. Metler gets tight. That is odd. That's an odd reaction car-wise. Don't think that Metler did anything. Yeah, he slid up. I'm not going to put that on Metler. I mean, Metler, he didn't get the pass down on Jurgen, tries to slide up. He has the spot there, and Hoke just kind of runs into the back. I don't think, that's not malicious, but Hoke did just kind of run into the back of him. And I think Hoke may have stayed in the throttle here. No, he did not. He is out of the throttle. It just kept dragging Metler the whole way through. Yeah, I don't know. I can't really put that on either driver. Metler went for the slide. Didn't work. But Hoke could have also lifted out. I'm not gonna blame. I'm not gonna blame either driver for that. That's just racing, in my point of view. Will bring us to 2 to go, I believe. So I'll go silent before we get the green flag, and my nose is absolutely dying over here. As lights do go off here, they'll have 3 laps to go when they get the green flag again. If there's a little slip up here, then it's going to be a big jump in chaos. See how this goes. Who's going to make it 4 wide? This is going to be 4 or 5 wide. Here we go. As green flag is back in the air, we are back underway. How crazy will this get? Rodriguez gets good and away on a jump here. Honeycutt trying to get around Teft. Teft arrow blocking as much as he can, and this might be the death of Honeycutt. Rodriguez still able to... Actually, Teft gets a good run coming out of 2 here. They're going to be side by side on the backstretch. Teft might try to make a dive here. Get to the quarter panel of Rodriguez. He will. Tries to shove Rodriguez arrow-wise. Can't get it done. Going to give Brandon Honeycutt a huge run. He's going to go down to the inside. So race back to the start-finish line. 2 laps now. Honeycutt will finally get past Teft here. Now it's a cat and mouse game. Honeycutt's going to go where Rodriguez won't. Honeycutt in the wall just a little bit. You got to keep your foot in it, though. He does not need to be racing Teft. He's going to be hoping for a draft off of Rodriguez. Rodriguez 3/10 ahead. Teft trying to slide in wherever he can. Rodriguez going to run off the wall a little bit. That's going to bring Honeycutt side by side with Teft here possibly. As he's pulling away here, Honeycutt's going to have a pretty decent run. It's going to cancel out, though, as we have a white flag in the air one more time around here for Rodriguez. Rodriguez qualified on the pole. Honeycutt tried to chase him down. He had a mishap earlier that lost him the lead. Trying to get the pit road. He missed it. Through 1 and 2. We got a wreck behind. Honeycutt with a big run, though. He gained about 2/10 that lap. The 41 in the back. One more shot for Honeycutt. What is he going to do? He gets to the bumper of Rodriguez. He's going to try to undercut here. Will Honeycutt have a big enough of a run? Coming off of 4 here. Honeycutt tries to cut down. Not going to be close enough as Rodriguez will come home with the win here. Qualified on the pole and takes it home. We'll watch Rodriguez do a burnout here. Rodriguez, pole qualifier, fell back a little bit, but able to take it there in the end. Hoke giving him, or not Hoke, Troy Thomas giving him a little bit of a celebration bump. Get in the booth here. Pulling the top 3 drivers from the finishing order here that's qualified. So we'll start with Alex Teft. Find Tim. Hey, Alex, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you.
And so you come home third, fall just a little bit short, but did you take 2 tires there at the end?
Yes, took the 2 tires, hoping that it would just be, one green flag run there to the finish. And also, it was unfortunate that Jesse had stayed out, so he had gotten a good jump, and I fell back to second. And Diego, I think, ended up getting around me, and then yeah, just kind of never had control. If I could have gotten, out front and been able to control those restarts, I think I could have had something. But yeah, no, Diego just kept getting those good jumps, and I had closest I got was that last restart, and but he just had more tire than I did.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was a. I was kind of surprised that Fox stayed out, which I was like, why did he do that? But when you had took 2 tires, I was like, he's probably gonna get eaten up. But you held on pretty well. You qualified seventh. How was race for overall though? How hard was it to pass at this track, especially?
Um, it was you kind of just had to wait for somebody to make a mistake, which it was pretty easy to do when tires got a little older on the long run and people were on the high line. You could just overshoot the entry in the corner and end up getting into the wall, so you could kind of just get off a line just to have the clean air and get a good run on somebody, and could kind of dive it down into the next corner and almost slide job it, but not really. But I really didn't have too much problem passing.
I just thought it would be a little bit difficult there, but I'll keep it short before I let you go. Is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Thank you over at the Ghost Race Network there for putting on this stream for us, and thank League of Stuff, Races Elite, and thank the fans and viewers that watch all the time, and my friends and fiance.
Man, well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home third tonight, man.
Yeah, thank you.
It was Alex Teff, the third place driver. We will bring in possibly. I'm not gonna ask for him if he doesn't want to be in there. We'll bring in these race winner and Diego Rodriguez. Hey Diego, this is Bryce in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
Man, so you come home with the race win, qualified on the pole, had to kind of battle there at the end. What was going through your head really that final restart, knowing that you had a lot of guys that were going to be gunning for you there?
Um, Final restart, couple restarts. The 43, I knew the last pit stop he took. I'm gonna assume right sides. He's done that the past couple races, and I think one of them he got a win. So I wasn't surprised that he did that, and I knew that if I chose the top and had him on the bottom, that the third place car would have to get around him, and I wouldn't have him, right behind me. And it worked out the first time, and then there was a caution. I'm not sure what happened exactly. And then the second restart, I chose the top again, got a good restart. Brandon was able to get around the 43, but I don't think he was able to get, to me in time.
Yeah, I was definitely kind of interested there, at the end because I knew that if uh, Alex, kind of got to your inside, that it was going to be an issue, but you just powered away from him, and then Brandon, he had a shot there, but just he couldn't find a way around. But how hard was it to pass? Because it seemed like this is such an aero track, like these next gens have become so familiar with. Everything's aero wise. So how hard was it trying to pass here?
It was pretty hard. A lot of the time it was just tire savings and hoping that the guys in front of you were burning their stuff up more than you are. Um, I love racing these cars at intermediates. They're really fun to race. You can run the top and the bottom. The middle wasn't super fast today, but the top I couldn't really get to work. I was able to get the bottom to run pretty good and stuff. But um, starting on the pole was good. I I don't know how I was a tenth faster on with my pole lap, but I lost it pretty quick. I think it was maybe cold tires, and then John got around me, and I had the dirty air, and then I seem to struggle sometimes with dirty air and how much grip I have, and I almost lost the car, but I didn't. Um, but it is really, it can be pretty tricky to pass in these cars. Yeah, you guys put on a good broadcast tonight. Andrew, he hosts a really good league. It's really clean. We've had a couple cautions the last couple of races, but usually it's really clean. Parents, they love watching this and seeing me do it. And then Misfits Racing, my teammates Troy and Truth Allen. That's it.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go, but good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Yep, thank you.
That was Diego Rodriguez, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order. Diego Rodriguez first, Honeycutt second, Alex Teff third, fourth, Kyle Hess, fifth, Andrew Teff, sixth, Curtis Ecker, seventh, Gary Bowman, eighth, Truth Hope, ninth, Paul Shaw, 10th, Ed Jurgen, 11th, Matt Metler, 12th, Jesse Fox, 13th, Nathan Brzezowski, 14th, Aaron Marcus, 15th, Troy Thomas, 16th, Alan Bergen, 17th, John Ross, 18th, Leroy Koblenz, and 19th was Riley Frost. Not a bad race overall. I'm not going to keep y'all here any longer. My sinuses are dying, so I will let you all go.